Welcome to Out of the Box from Hudson County Community College. Each month, we will be joined by members of the community, as well as the college's faculty, staff, and students for timely discussions about education, people, programs, events, issues, and solutions that affect the education and enrichment of the women and men of Hudson County. Joining us today is Dr. Chris Reber, President of Hudson County Community College, the college's Dean of Enrollment, Lisa Dougherty, and one of our students, Warren Rigby. Thank you all for joining us today. Dr. Reber?
Thanks so much, Chris, and thank you, Lisa and Warren. It's wonderful having you here, and it's a pleasure to be able to talk about our new Community College Opportunity Grant, which is a new tool that we're adding to the many financial aid opportunities we offer our students. This program will allow us to cover any unmet need of students who meet certain criteria. So it's a great story to tell.
Dr. Reber, as this is our first podcast, could you give us a little background on Hudson County Community College?
Absolutely. This is an inspirational college. It's growing. We have been here in Jersey City for over 40 years. In fact, we're getting ready right now to begin planning our 50th anniversary. It's an inspirational college for a lot of reasons. As a relatively new president, I would say our diversity is particularly inspirational. We serve 15,000 students, mostly full-time, degree-seeking credit students. Our students come from an enormously diverse set of backgrounds. I learned recently that Jersey City is actually the most diverse city in the United States of America. So in a lot of ways, it's not surprising that our student body is also diverse. A third of our students speak English as a second language. We're an Hispanic serving institution by virtue of the large number, some 55% or more, of Latino students here. But collectively, our students were born in 119 different countries. They speak, I think, some 29 different languages. Most of our students are what we call first-generation college students. They're the first in their families to attend higher education. So our student body provides enormous opportunities for growth and development of our entire college community, including our faculty and staff, because they bring such a rich set of backgrounds into the classroom and into the life of the college. Also, the college, by its very mission, is providing transformational, life-changing opportunity. We offer literally the opportunity for students to prepare for careers in so many areas that provide life-changing opportunity. Our signature programs include a very special culinary arts program that's actually nationally ranked. I think it's ranked 6th in the nation and has a long history of rich programs and celebrity chefs and just a tremendous point of pride for the college, also housed in a state-of-the-art culinary conference center. Our nursing and allied health programs are also exceptional. In fact, 95% of our nursing students pass the NCLEX. This is the national exam that provides certification to become a registered nurse. That 95% pass rate places Hudson County Community College's nursing program in the top tier of all programs nationwide, 2-year and 4-year. Our STEM programs, science, technology, engineering, mathematics, are exceptional. They, of course, are benefiting from a new state-of-the-art STEM building that was opened just last fall, and that's also an area of growth for the college. Our English as a second language program is very, very strong. It's obviously very important given the diversity of our student body, and it makes it possible for so many of our students to pursue post-secondary education. And I would add one other area of strength as a newcomer that I am seeing here, and that is real strength in the fine and performing arts, which is sometimes not as common in community colleges, but here it is truly a point of pride. We have an art collection that my predecessor, Dr. Gabert, before he retired, really championed as president. We have some 1,100 original pieces of art in every facility of the college. But beyond that, we have a fantastic art gallery with many, many exhibits that are free and open to the public, that are highly educational and well done. We have speaker series that bring speakers of not only local and regional, but national prominence to the college. And we have some inspirational programs in the fine arts, in theater. We've just opened a new black box theater. So this is another area of strength here. All told, we offer some 60 programs, certificates and associate degrees, and I think are really proud to be an important part of this community.
Outstanding. let's turn the conversation over to the Dean of Enrollment, Lisa Dougherty. Lisa, perhaps you can tell us about the Cco G, or Community College Opportunity Grant.
Sure, I'd be happy to. Back in September, Governor Murphy launched the Community College Opportunity Grant, which gives eligible students the opportunity to attend certain community colleges in the state of New Jersey, tuition and fee-free. Hudson was really thrilled to be chosen. 13 of the 19 community colleges were chosen, and Hudson County Community College was selected as one of the 13. To be eligible for the Community College Opportunity Grant, students do have to meet certain qualifications. First, they need to have an adjusted household gross income between $0 and $45,000. They need to be enrolled at HCCC for the spring 2019 term, taking anywhere between 6 and 18 credits. They must have a high school diploma or GED, and they must live inside Hudson County unless they're already attending our college on an approved chargeback. And finally, it's a last dollar grant, which means that we will apply all other forms of financial aid, both state and federal, and scholarships, and then the Cco G will cover the balance remaining on the student's account.
Lisa, are there restrictions to the Cco G?
One of the restrictions is that it's not open to students who already possess an associate's or bachelor's degree, but we really encourage those students to apply anyway because we have financial aid advisors who can meet with them and review different forms of aid that they may be eligible for, including scholarships. So we really want students to inquire and let us work with them to figure out how we can make college affordable, even if it's not through the Cco G.
Lisa, we hear that the Community College Opportunity Grant provides, quote, free tuition. What exactly does that mean?
The Cco G will cover tuition and certain fees, including technology fees, registration fees, activity fees. There are a couple of fees that are not covered. We do list all of the eligible fees on our website at www.hccc.edu/free tuition. Students can view lots of frequently asked questions there and get a few different examples of the fees that are covered and how the awards work.
Lisa, is it easy to apply for the Community College Opportunity Grant?
It really is easy. We have specific staff members assigned to work with our Cco G students in the admissions office, the advising and counseling office, the financial aid office, and then once they start their studies here in our academic support center. The first step for students who do not already attend HCCC is for them to apply to the college, and they can do that online at www.hccc.edu/apply. For Cco G students, we actually are waiving the $25 application fee. At the end of the application, when asked for the payment, they simply enter the promo code FREE19. That's capital letters, FREE 19, and then they don't have to pay the $25 application fee. Students can also visit either of our campuses. Our Enrollment Services Office has staff on hand all the time to help them apply to the college and complete any other paperwork. The next step, and this is for students who are new or continuing, is to complete the Fafsa, the free application for student aid. We have financial aid staff available to assist with this also. If the student already attends the college, they may already have the Fafsa completed, but the Fafsa is what will tell us what they're eligible for in terms of federal and state aid, and then what they may be eligible for from the Community College Opportunity Grant. So we make it as simple as we can. We really want to make the process seamless for our students, both new and continuing. So our spring semester begins at the end of January, but then we have 2 start dates that happen later. We have our 12-week term that begins February 14th, and our online B semester, which begins April 2nd. Students must apply to the college and complete the Fafsa by February 15th in order to be eligible for the Community College Opportunity Grant. However, we encourage students even after that date to apply and complete the Fafsa because, like I said, we have many other options to help students afford college, including other financial aid options and scholarships.
Lisa and Dr. Reber, we hear that the Cco G opens up a lot of opportunity for students at Hudson County Community College. Why is this important?
I think this is really important because a lot of students don't apply to college, Hudson County Community College and others, because they have a perception that they can't afford to attend college. So we're seeing a lot of students inquire, and even if they're not eligible for the Cco G, they might be eligible for other programs, but at least it got them to take that first really important step of calling the college or emailing us. So students sometimes tend to select themselves out of a college education because they don't think it's accessible. And this is making students this is generating a lot of excitement in the community, and a lot of students, over 1,000 students, have inquired about it. And not all of them are eligible for the Cco G, but many of them are attending school here in the spring on other programs because they took that first step.
It's remarkable when you think about all of the forms of aid that we can bring to students. Federal aid, often known as the Pell Grant, but there are other forms of federal financial aid that we can bring to our students, millions of dollars annually that we bring to our students through federal support, state tuition assistance grants, and other forms of grants. But also, in addition to the many millions of dollars that are available through those traditional financial aid vehicles, we are able to bring scholarship support that comes from donors who really believe in the life-changing mission of this institution and provide scholarship funds often named for people that are important to them. Or the County of Hudson, which has been our historic partner and continues to be our partner as we think about the future, is actually providing significant scholarship support through county revenue. So the many opportunities taken in toto make it possible for really the majority of our students to attend either tuition-free or certainly to find that Hudson is affordable to them. And this is something that many students don't realize initially. So we really do welcome students to come and let us work with them to determine how we can help them meet their educational goals.
That's great. Lisa, how does one go about getting all of this information and then applying?
There are several ways that students can inquire about attending the college and also the Cco G. First, they can call our Enrollment Services office. We have a dedicated phone line just for Cco G, and we have our experts answering that phone. That phone number is 201-360-4222. Again, that's 201-360-4222. Students can also email our dedicated Cco G inbox. That email address is freetuition, that's all one word, freetuition@hccc.edu. And finally, all information about the Community College Opportunity Grant can be found on our website at www.hccc.edu/free tuition.
Now let's talk with our student, Warren Rigby. Warren, tell us a little bit about your experience at Hudson County Community College and what the Cco G program means to you.
Hudson County Community College is really all about embracement. The one big thing is I did the big university when I was younger, and I felt like a number. Hudson County Community College really kind of changed that. It made me not feel like a number. It made me feel like a student. It made me feel like a person. All the teachers, the students, the faculty, even some of the executives, if they see you out in the street, they do know you by name. They know who you are. And that's really great from a student's perspective. You're paying to go to this institution. You want to be known. You want someone to kind of have a face to that. And that's something that's really special for me. What the Cco G really means for me is it's an opportunity for me to actually excel and be able to achieve my dreams and my goals by bettering my life as an individual. And I think that this program specifically gives those students that they fall in the gray area. They have a job, but then they're not quite qualifying for other grants and stuff like that. And this really allows them to still be able to achieve their goals with just kind of taking that stress off of everyday life of how am I going to pay for this?
Warren, that's great. Can you shed some light on the ease of the HCCC application and financial aid application process?
The process itself is really easy. When I applied online. I paid my application fee, and I filled out the application stuff online, and it was very straightforward. It was very simplistic. It asked for the important information. Once I did that process, I received an email shortly after saying, congratulations, you've been accepted. And going from a private school, where you wait for 3 to 4 months to find out whether you're accepted, that was a little bit of a difference. It creates the excitement. It creates that everlasting feeling, I'm really doing this, and it actually worked in my benefit, and I got accepted. The financial aid process was pretty streamlined as well. I stopped by the office in the Journal Square campus, and they told me everything that I needed to bring and make sure that I was prepared and that I was understanding what I was doing, what I was embarking on. There is a financial literacy part that you have to do in the very beginning, and it lets the student know that this is what you're doing. This is the educational part of the financial aid part. And I think that a lot of students don't understand that fully when they're going to some schools.
Warren, that's great. Tell us about the friendliness of the HCCC support staff.
The support staff's amazing. They're really there for you. It's always great to have somebody in your corner, somebody that understands what you're going through. And to be able to have that support staff, is really there to kind of guide you. Not everybody needs a little bit of coddling, but at the same point in time, some people do. And it's nice to have a staff that can say, here, this is the stuff that you need to do, go back, bring it back to us. Or there's that staff member that's there to say, if you need me to sit down with you and fill this out with you and get you the proper documentation, I'm willing to do that.
Warren, you're one of the first students I got to know. And as I'm thinking about it, we've seen each other at Pizza with the President, I think at the Wednesday Bagels at the North Hudson campus.
Yeah.
We've seen each other at the Interclub Council meeting. I think we talked at the Culinary Park Plaza holiday lighting ceremony. You are immensely involved in Hudson County Community College, and we're very proud of you. Tell us a little about yourself and how you got to us.
I come from an extensive background in customer service, and I worked in the big world for a very long time. I did initially do the school when I first came out of high school. It didn't really work. It wasn't really there. So then I decided to join the workforce and gain that amazing amount of experience that I can say that I have under my belt today. It came to a situation where I wanted to do something different. I wanted to do something more. Customer service is a great field. But I wanted something a little more impactful, something that was going to do good. And I made an ultimate decision at 33 years old to go back to school for nursing. And I shopped around a little bit. I looked at some of the bigger schools, and then I looked at Hudson County Community College, and it was close and it was convenient, but it was the message, the impactfulness of what the mission statement, that was really important to me. I didn't want to fall into a statistic like I did, previously when I was a student, and that was important to me. So I wanted to go to a school that is going to be there to kind of guide me and help me to getting to that degree. And, a degree in nursing in any accord is no easy thing. So Hudson Community College has backed me 100%. We've had plenty of conversations, and it's great to be able to have that fluidity between the student base and the executives for the school. It's important. I think that one of the biggest things is just understanding who that person is and seeing them on the street and, willing to say hello to you. Those are all things that drive home in that customer service-based organizations that my background comes from. It takes it a step further, and it really has that sense of community. It says it right in our name, Hudson County Community College. We are a community as a whole. And the factor that I've been able to be a part of today has been great, and it really drives home the factor that I made the appropriate decision.
Well, we're glad you did. So you have a background in customer service for IBM. You attended a 4-year institution. You're 33, you have a career, you're here at Hudson. How does it fit into your vision in terms of where your life is headed?
That sense of community. It's something that's different. You don't see it in every institution. That was something that was important. You pay a lot of money to go to these 4-year institutions, and to be in a lecture hall where there's 250 other students and the professor doesn't understand or know your name, it makes a big difference. As a student, you do want some personability to it. You want that interaction, and I feel like with the bigger schools, you kind of lose that. And with Hudson, and the factor that classroom sizes are smaller, the teachers are there to kind of guide you and help you. I think that was important. For me, being an older student and kind of out of the class with everybody else, a lot of our student base is very mixed, but at the same point in time, some of the classes are still very young. So there's that drive that I have to work a little harder. I don't want that student that might be sitting next to me with like, oh, he's old, he's not going to get this. I want to be able to show that student that, age is really just a number. The nice thing about my experience is that I can bring my personal experiences back into the classroom, which helps me excel and be a better student. The functionality of the school as well is kind of where I'm in my life. I do have a relationship and stuff like that. And those are also very big things that kind of take up time in your life. So to be able to have the functionality of a school that really kind of works with your time. If you want morning classes, you can take morning classes. You want afternoon classes, you can do the afternoon classes. If you want weekend classes, you have that opportunity. And I think that having that well-roundedness and that functionality from a school to a student is really important, especially for the older students. Some people do have careers, they have families, they have children. To be able to have a school and an institution that can kind of work around their schedule, it's important.
You remind me that students often tell me that one of the really exciting things about a community college education is the diversity of students in the classroom. You're speaking about the fact that you're a non-traditional student and you're in classes with high school graduates, traditional students, 18-year-olds. There's a certain chemistry, isn't there, that comes about with the interaction of young students right out of high school who are tech savvy, who are highly energetic, who have lots of interests that are very rooted in current culture, interacting with students who are bringing real-world experience, life experience, career experience into the classroom. And I think there's a special chemistry that is actually part of the total educational experience of students from different generations interacting together.
The diversification of the school is huge. You have a lot of opportunity to learn, not just in the classroom, but you also have an opportunity to learn from your peers and your fellow students. I hope that, when a student approaches me, whether it be just a student or approaching me from a student government perspective, they kind of have a takeaway. And, that takeaway is, the approachability. I think that the older students are a little easier to approach just because we've kind of been there. We understand. The younger students that are fresh out of high school, they're high energy. They have a lot going on. They're transitioning into a new chapter in their life. They're still growing up as an individual, but to kind of have that mix of the younger, fast-pacedness student to having that older, more reserved student kind of puts a balance in the classroom. Some of the younger students, they do realize this student's a little older, they're actually probably trying to focus. So maybe I don't be so distracting like it was in high school or whatever it may be. And, maybe I need to focus on my studies a little bit more too.
There's almost a certain element of challenge and support. Multi-generational interaction spring. Well, tell me a little more about yourself. So you made sort of a sea change and decided to pursue nursing. What happens after commencement at Hudson?
So the ultimate goal is once commencement happens is I plan on going into a local hospital in Jersey. I'm a big person. I can read books. Doesn't always mean that I'm going to grasp the concept of what I'm reading. Sometimes I have to read things a couple times, but I'm a big hands-on person. So the ultimate goal is to graduate and join an institution that I can start to put those skills that I've learned in school in reality. The nursing program here is amazing. We have a live working ER kind of concept so that you get that in-depth hands-on experience, but it's not the same as interacting with a person. It's a little bit different. I want to gain that experience, but I also want to create that relationship with the institution that I'm with so that when it comes down the road, when I decide to go on for my bachelor's and eventually to be a practicing nurse, having that relationship with the place that I work at also will help pay for that. And I think that that's something that a lot of students don't realize is that if you're in an opportunity where you can kind of gain that hands-on experience, you only learn so much in a classroom. And I think that a textbook versus actual life experience and doing an actual hands-on, drawing someone's blood or whatever it may be, yeah, you learn it in the classroom, but you learn different techniques from different people. You learn one standardized process when you're in school. So to be able to go out and learn, additional tools to apply to what you've already learned, I think is important for students. But if you also want to transition into a four-year university right after, that's great as well. For nursing specifically for me, the goal is to gain that extra experience and then continue on with schooling.
You're making a really smart decision. I've seen other nursing students in particular do this. So you're going to graduate here, you're going to get a really good job. Nursing is the number one occupational area of need in the nation, as well as in our region. But then you're also, in all likelihood, at some point pursue a baccalaureate. All of your credits here will transfer and count toward your baccalaureate, but very smartly, your employer will pay for it.
Right.
In all likelihood. Most hospitals in the country want their workforce, their nursing workforce, ultimately to earn a bachelor's or beyond. And you're in all likelihood going to have the best of both worlds, working, but also having employer support to continue your education. And it wouldn't surprise me if you go all the way to a Doctor of Nursing practice or a PhD in nursing.
That would be great. I'm starting to realize as I get older, yes, you can think of things in the bigger picture and you can think of things 10, 15 years down the road, but I'm kind of in that position in my life where it's just kind of grasping reality as we speak and seeing where it leads me as a student and me professionally. That's a great thing that Hudson's kind of preparing me for. It's preparing me for that concept of what's next. We have a great opportunity for the student government to talk to various different students from different walks, potential incoming students, which is great. And I think that really drives home about the Hudson County Community College experience is we're there for you. We had a great opportunity not too long ago. We had a student that came in with her son, and she was just there for her son. After, I was on their panel for students to ask questions and what's the student body like and all of that. And the mother came up to me, talked to me for a little bit later. Come to find out later on, she actually ended up enrolling herself. So not only did she enroll, but her son enrolled. So I think that that's a really great thing, just to be able to speak to students. Because I think that as an older student, you kind of get to a point where you're like, I can't do it. I'd like to think that I'm the anomaly to that in the factor that if you have a drive and you have a passion, and something that you really fully care about, anything is really achievable. How it drives home is really, it's you and the organization that you're with and the school that you're there with. And being able to have that understanding, it leaves the future endless. You could go anywhere.
Dr. Reber, would you like to add any final comments to our discussion?
I think about what is happening at Hudson County Community College. What's so exciting is there's really opportunity for everyone. We often think about the community college in terms of its core mission, which is providing certificates and associate degrees. But we also, in partnership with others, as I mentioned earlier, are providing access to Ivy League institutions, in some case, private colleges. And what's emerging nationally is an increased understanding that for many students, combining a community college experience with a 4-year university and or graduate experience can be particularly powerful for several reasons. You can get a head start on a 4-year program. For a student who chooses to start at a community college, and through opportunities like Cco G and all of our other financial aid opportunities, can complete an associate degree literally free of charge, perhaps even at the time of high school commencement, and then move on to a private institution. They've saved something like $150,000. They are still going to be graduating from a private elite university, if that's their wish. And the other powerful piece of this is empirical research is showing increasingly that students who started a community college and then transferred to a 4-year institution, this may surprise you, Chris, actually outperform their 4-year peers academically. And I think the reason for that is the community college experience in that first and second year is really focused on students and on teaching and on providing a powerful foundation that then serves them well beyond Hudson. So this tool, the Community College Opportunity Grant, plus all of the other forms of financial aid, plus the partnerships we have with other institutions, are providing a multitude of powerful experiences for our community, and we're very proud to be part of it. Well, that's all the time we have for this first inaugural session of Out of the Box. Chris, thank you so much for being our moderator, and I very much want to thank our other two guests, Lisa Dougherty, who is our Dean of Enrollment, and Warren Rigby, our star nursing student.
Thank you, Dr. Reber. It was my pleasure to participate.
Not a problem. It was important.
It's been a pleasure to be with all of you, and I hope all of our listeners will continue to join us for these monthly podcasts.
Thank you for joining us for this session of Out of the Box, the monthly podcast from Hudson County Community College. If you enjoyed this podcast, please share it with your friends and family and visit our website at hccc.edu.